until I hit my last breath. Music's everlasting even if past death. Not overacting, music's never past tense. Colliding with the greats, welcome to this crash test.
All right, we're here for another episode of the BTB podcast. I got the independent artist, I got the Faded ENT co-owner, and I got my label mate and BTB record signee, Otis Isaacs. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing, King Canada? You doing
I'm
good?
doing great, man. I'm doing great.
All right. Man,
so,
another beautiful night.
You know, you've been on this before. You've been a host before, which I actually want you to do again in the near future. We're going to talk about that. But you already introduced yourself to the audience before, but let them know what you're working on now, because I know Volume X is coming out and BringTheBars. So just let everybody know what you got going on.
All right. How's everyone doing? It's your boy Otis Isaacs, and you already know Faded ENT BTB, baby. Yeah. Look, I'm working on Volume X. Everybody's been seeing this. I got the song High Enough. There's a song All the Way to the Sky, King Canada right here. There's also a couple surprises on there. I'm going to go ahead right now. And I'm going to tell you that I'm going to go ahead and place the song some time ago. That's not the surprise. That's not the surprise. But I'm placing the song some time ago on Volume X for very certain reasons. And everybody will find out very, very soon. Also, you heard it from him, BringTheBars. BringTheBars EP, King Canada, and me, the collaboration EP. We've been working our asses off on this. I'm talking back and forth. We have been putting our heart and soul in this. When this shit comes out, oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I don't know what we're talking about yet, but ooh.
Well, we'll let it all hang out on this episode for BringTheBars, man, because I'm excited as hell for it myself. And I wanted to touch on it a little bit. Like when I first came up with you with the idea of like a collaboration EP, like what drew you to the whole concept of this? I don't even think we called it BringTheBars at that point, but this whole collaboration EP, what drew you to the whole thing?
Honestly, it was like our connection, bro. Like me and you connected on a different level, like besides the music, you know, like we became legit friends, you know. Still ain't met.
I agree.
We're going to, I hope soon, but like we connected, you know. And a collaboration to me is different than a feature. You know, a feature is just having someone that, you know, you went on there or they went on there, you know, you're featuring. But a collaboration, it's like a together work. It's team effort. You know, it's not one person's project or the other person's project. And you know what BTB, I mean, the world, you know what I'm saying? Like it has BTB and you have done so much for my music and so much for me personally. Like I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed. So when we started talking about this and started coming up with it, like it just felt like it's already happened. I just time traveled to the past and I just forgot everything that happened after, you know, I got here. Like it was meant to be. And, you know, you started BTB Records and you got me, Otis Isaacs, what up, baby? Hey, you got Siren Cyrese, Midwest Latino MC, and you got Kofa. Look.
Kofa, baby.
Kofa, baby. The thing is, BringTheBars is going to be the first official project from BTB Records. If I'm not mistaken, you correct me right now if I'm wrong.
No, that's absolutely right.
And without any spoilers, bro, the content matter in your verses, like, complete the whole thing. And it really makes it feel like a start, a real good start to BTB Records. Like the records part, like obviously BTB has blown up, you know what I'm saying? But like what you have done with the record label, and we, you know, with the artist, it's different, you know what I'm saying? And BringTheBars is just the perfect one. And the title, come on, man, Faded Artist, the BringTheBars creator, like what else could we have called it? And then you got it. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything because I could recite lyrics all day. It's my favorite thing. I listen to it every day, the whole thing. But it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It hits right. It hits right. It really does. And that's what really drew me to it, though, bro, was our connection, like for real, like our passion and our love for music. So,
yeah, I absolutely agree with that, man. It was the same on my end, and just like working together was just so much fun. Like doing this, like how we just connected. You would send me something, an idea. I would play off that idea. I would send you an idea. You'd play off it. Like you said, it's not just a collaboration. where if it's like my track, I ask you to be on it, you follow my track. This is like both of us putting something together, and it's like, man, it's been so fun, like so easy to work with you.
It really is, man. Same, mutual, bro.
Yeah, it's been incredible, and like we're gonna have 8 tracks on it. You can give away anything you want on this podcast here because it will be releasing soon. So to give everybody a little taste, we got 8 tracks on it, and I cannot wait for people to hear the track. And we got a couple of features. It's not just us, but we tried to keep it just us, but we got some good features on there as well with Siren, Kronos, Stevie Stone. Like
there it is. Oh, and that one, bro, that one, like when you sent it to me, like I just went, what? And like, and I already told you, bro, like the first couple lines that I wrote, like as soon as I heard the whole song, like I just word vomited those out. You know what I'm saying? Those were instant. I was stuck. And I just kept listening to yours, man. Cause you know, I'm a fucking Canada fan, excuse my language. I am King Canada fan. So like, I kept listening to it, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Like, if I feel like I don't want to get rid of what I already have. My brain's telling me don't get rid of this, but I could take this and dude, I can't wait till they can hear that one. I can't wait till they hear that one. Like for real. Oh man. Lower My Head. Everybody was about Lower My Head. That was dope.
That got so much feedback, man. Lower My Head. And you started that one off. That was, I think, one that kicked off this whole EP, and you came with me at this concept, and I love it because we both deal with that, you know, depression and anxiety, and it was like such a perfect mix for both of us to come in our own way. And I also, with my verse at the end, I want to end it on like a positive note, like no matter what you say, I won't disappear, and then like hit the hook again. Like, yeah, that was such a fun track, man. And the concept you came up with, that was brilliant.
That one, I don't know, man, because you sent me the beats, and then all of a sudden, like I was listening to them all, and then the moment I heard that one, like I've said it, you know, before, I'll keep on saying it, man. This lyrical word vomit, like I don't even know where it came from. It happened. Lower My Head is like literally, it's one of my top tier songs of my whole life, and there's not very many songs that I've created or I've been a part of that I think are gonna top that one. Lower My Head specifically, like that is its own. That's a by itself single if it wanted to be. We're lucky that, you know, it's going to be on our EP. That Lower My Head, the song itself, chose to be on our EP. That's how dude. Yeah, and it's such personal, you know, and so many people can relate to it. And like even today, there was a moment where I was just like, and then all of a sudden, clench my fist, like, what? Gotta breathe, you know. And so the Lower My Head, the whole concept is just like, hey, and no matter who you are, you don't have to like music.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned our features, our collaborations, man. Kronos, that song Applause, man. Everybody give it up. Give an applause.
Absolutely. I'll go join you on that one, man.
Man, love that one. I mean, just it's so different too. And it's like we all like brought our own flavor to it. And like, I don't think we meant to. I just think that's what happened. Like for real. Dude. Oh man, BringTheBars.
And one you sent back to my way too, and Feel the Tension. You kicked that one off, and you told me I got this song that's pure spitting, and you presented that to me. And to be honest, I was absolutely blown away with your verse, where I was like, I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Like that was the one track on, I'll say this flat out, on all of Global Domination, my Unmasked album with the features, I was intimidated to write to that because that was incredible, man. Like you sent that and I was like, this is what he's doing right now. Like, wow, this is gonna be a lot of fun, man.
Oh yeah, no, that, see, Feel the Tension, like that one, I try to be humble with that one. I like make myself not share it and talk about it a lot. Like everybody in my work already knows about Feel the Tension, you know what I mean? That is I don't know. I really don't know, bro. That, I guess that was just like Lower My Head, man. I guess like all the music, really, like it just came. Yeah. But that one, you heard me talk about him before. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm just gonna say my cousin because he didn't say I could. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. But I went to go visit and help, you know, him move, you know, from an old place to a new place, and he's the one who like really like got me into this whole lyrical stuff. Like I always loved writing poetry, blah blah blah. But like, man, the wordplay and like he was like, oh, listen to this, and he was like, dude, listen, like count the syllables while they talk. And like I was like, wait, there's like a pattern. I'm like, did they even try to do that? He's like, some of them do, some of them don't. You know what I mean? He's like, start really listening to it. And then like all the old cats, because I used to, I used to install floors, and I was 19, and my bosses were like in their 40s, and they like rap the most, and they always told me they liked it not because of the content, but just because it seemed to them like the smartest, like the most intelligent, most thought out music. And like that, I was like, exactly, dude. Now look, I make music. Like these are my songs that I like. Oh, yeah, listen to this artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip hop is different. It really is. It does.
When you came out and said the tissue you've been hoarding ain't enough when I do my business, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a punchline metaphor style track, and I absolutely loved it.
Man, that one. Well, because I said I was the shit. You know what I mean? Like, what else do? You wipe, but like, you don't have enough to wipe. Like, no. But yeah, hands down. Before, like when I started writing it and it got finished, there were 2 people that heard it, because I don't do my stuff. I'll do it live by myself when I think no one's listening, so I can get the whole feel of it down.
Yeah.
But only certain people at certain times actually get to hear. I'm real secretive and private when it comes to the creating process. Like that, whole side note, that interview, when it asked me that, like I almost didn't know how to answer it. So like I started to be a smart ass, then I took it back. So yeah, that one question about my creative process, just know I struggled with that one, because I'm such an introvert. Like I don't mind to let someone else grow and become something because of the secrets and the trades and the tips I've learned. But like at the same time, like, I fought for that. I earned it. You know what I mean? Those are my trade secrets. You know what I'm saying? But my cousin, the one I'm talking about, when I went and I helped him move, he was one of them. I got his stamp of approval. I could see it in his face. So shout out to my cousin for that, for real. And feel the tension though, as I just feel the tension when you listen to it. And that's why you don't want to admit you listen to it. Now you can, you already know. All right, man.
It's funny when you sent that, because what I wanted to ask you is, because that was well thought of, that was a well done verse. A lot of this EP I think is going to shock people, because I found you mentioned it to me before, you're kind of known as the hook guy.
Yeah,
you get this like persona as the hook guy, but you drop amazing verses. But if somebody calls you the hook guy, like, do you find that's kind of like putting you in a bubble, like or do you like take that title with pride to be called like a hook guy?
Both, 100%, both. When it comes to music, all I want is people to like it and listen to it. Like I do it for me. I'm my biggest fan, but like it ain't for me. It's not, my goal and my vision and my dream overall, my end game, it has nothing to do with me per se. It's I mean, when I listen to mainstream, I know a lot of people, BTB, don't really mess with mainstream too much, but I'm not afraid to admit, man, I like music. I like all kinds of mainstream. There's actually a song, it's got big on TikTok, but it's like Astronaut in the Ocean by like this guy named Masked Wolf. Man, I bumped that so hard. I don't even mess with TikTok recently, now I am. But like, man, it was so mainstream, like #1 or whatever for a little bit. Man, that was so good. But like I want to be something, you know what I mean? Like I just want to be like, I want hundreds of thousands of people to believe I'm in the Illuminati because I'm just that big. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my end game. So like I take pride in anything with music, but when it comes to the hook band specifically, like, yeah, I know, but that's not, I didn't have, that's not my intention. I really appreciate it. And like, I'm keep going, but it adds a weird pressure. No, I'm not negative, not positive. It's just a weird pressure, man. You know what I mean? Like now every hook, no matter what it's for, it's like, is this even good? And it could be so dope, bro. But like now I doubt it, like, come on, guys. And now when I'm writing verses, I'm like, is this just 3 or 4 hooks put together, Otis? You know what I mean? Like it's so And I don't know, I try not to be the hook guy, but then I'm like, well, I know I'm the hook man. Yeah. Speaking of hook, man, I got a couple hooks coming out. Yeah. Unannounced, but I'm allowed to say that.
Man, you're showing off a lot more than just hooks. Like you're bringing it all, like with the whole Faded Bars EP, man, all the verses on that. And like you were getting categorized as like the hook guy. And in my sense of it is that I always hated my hooks. I thought, I always think still to this day, I'm not good at them. I always get self-conscious. So I try to outsource my hooks. But then I started getting noticed as the guy's going to drop a crazy fast verse with some punchlines and stuff. So I'm like you were. Now it's like, well, now I got to live up to this reputation of, man, I got to bring it on this track as best as I can. But I feel like it, like you said, it's not positive, it's not negative. It's just weird. Like it's just this weird feeling how you're getting typecast into like this kind of genre. But I think we both branched out in this. You've done it before, but I mean, like branching out to where there's a couple songs where I am on the hook on Faded Bars, and I love my hook actually. Like I'm actually even proud of what I did, and that's rare for me to say.
You said Father Time, and then I was like, oh, this is popping off. And dude, in the way you spelt my name, bro, like, I wouldn't have done that. Like, how'd you do that? That sounds so good compared to what I would have done, bro. Like, how you led into you, and oh man, dude, I love our music, and like I said. I want to know, like, what was your goals and what was your intentions with your verses in Faded Bars? Because like Field Attention, you know, when you're like, you know, and got Otis signed on paper, and then, you know, you talked about I don't know if people know this, but like when you spend your whole life studying lyrics, you know, you catch on to things. You talk about how you brought all these amazing artists together and you got them, you know what I mean? And but where, like, what was your goal and your intention with your verses, man? Because like I said, like you are the reason why I feel like Faded Bars is the perfect start to the BTB records. Like, what in Canada? Let us know, bro.
I appreciate that, but I say the same to you. Feel like I played off you a lot of them. The ones I started off, I don't know, like you said, it's like word vomit. Like Laura will ask me sometimes too, how do you come up with this? And I don't know. I don't have an answer. Yeah. I really don't. And it's just, I'll listen to a lot of my old stuff. I always try to improve, always try to be better, and I always try to keep up. I never think in a track when I'm having a feature, you hear this people like they beat him on that verse or he won that track. I don't think that way. My like way I think of it is, I want to keep up. I want us to sound cohesive. And yeah, because that Field Attention, like I told you, that intimidated me, man. Because like I said, I thought I was known as the verse guy. And you came in with that, and I was like, wow, okay, now I really got to bring it on this for this one. And man, I don't know. The whole Bring the Bars came to light in my head. You literally just signed. Like the BTB record started, so I'm like, I'm throwing that in there. I have to throw that on there, and like, this is no game anymore. Like, we're signed on paper, and we're gonna do this. And man, you guys don't know what's in store.
No, you really don't. You really don't. But I'm not gonna show nothing because there's details and stuff. But I got a folder with I don't know if you see it.
Yeah.
And it has I got everything, so you can't see it, so nobody sees fast, you know. But I'm signed on paper. I'm BTB Records, baby. Bring the Bars Records. Man, I take so much pride in being part of BTB Records. Obviously, the whole thing, but like, dude, like they don't even know. Like, Faded Bars is just, oh my god, Faded Bars is the beginning. Faded Bars is the beginning. Like, whew.
I know, man. I couldn't believe it. Like, that whole concept came in my head once it started building. And I was part of like a label before, AYMB Records, and it was with a couple of my friends. Some went to jail, others just fell out, so that kind of fell apart, and I slipped off of music. I started doubting myself. But like, I don't know, I never thought in my life again I was going to do something. I wanted to sign with somebody. That was kind of like my intention. Like I was, you know, use Lost Voice Music for an example. Like when they were coming out, I was kind of like, maybe they'll sign me, you know, when they were first bringing it out. And I said, no, I'm not going to wait for this, and like I have Otis here, Siren was part of it from the start, Kofa, and it was just like these three guys, I know we can do something special. And like that whole concept came to me, and I was like, I got to go for it and ask them. And I was nervous to ask you guys because I didn't know if you guys were going to say yes or if you guys were going to say no. So it was like, when I first presented you with the idea, did you like think about it? Like, how did that brain, like your brain process that?
Man, I ain't trying to say nothing, but I was sitting in the car, it's raining. Me and the wife were waiting, we're waiting. And all of a sudden I got that message from you, bro. I got that message from you. And I freaked out, man. I freak out. Like there's the Marvel show Loki came out on Disney Plus yesterday, Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I don't know, man, when this is gonna air. But like certain things happen, and I stand up and I'm like, oh my god, I nerd out. You know what I mean? I nerded out when I got that message from you, bro. And I read it out loud to Elizabeth, and she was like, "No, for real." And it was just so much shock because like you came at me, everybody knows. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, here's another one. Pay me $50 and I can get you 1,000 Spotify plays. I'm like, oh, what, bro? And you like literally, you were like, no, bro, for real. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna check this out. And like one of the best decisions I ever made, for real. Like for real, one of the best decisions ever. Because everything from that point when I realized like, oh, he actually is making, an album like a worldwide global domination, everything all over the place with everybody from this corner, that corner, over there, over here. He's really doing it. All right. Well, from that point on to when I got that message, it was like an explosion, and it all made sense, man. It all made sense. Everything did. Got way excited. I told her I wanted to sign right away, and she's the one who told me to wait. So like, I know that like we discussed it, and it wasn't that time when it got signed and all that, but I want to do it right away. For real, I did. I just was like, yes, let's do this. I knew what we were going to be able to do with it, and look what we're doing with it. One of the decisions ever, man. Like what made you like choose the artist that you did? Like what, like what about me? Like what about Siren? What about Kofa? Like what like specifically, is there anything that like I did or they did? Like what happened? Like I'm just curious.
It's it was all trust, man. It was so based on trust, even though we met each other through a group, which sounds weird, but like you said earlier, we're like friends. We're almost like brothers. We talked to each other even before BTB Records. Like we were talking to each other about life and problems and helping each other out. And I had that same relationship with Siren and Kofa. And I like talk to you guys daily. And I had it with more people as well. Like Kronos is definitely one. JP, the Bomb Million. I can't shout them all out, but like they all know who they are. But they all like, I don't know, they were just doing their own thing that I felt like they didn't really would want to be on BTB Records anyways. But you guys, no matter what, were my first three. It was just I don't know, that trust factor, man. It was just there, and I knew you guys trusted me, and that was big because I wasn't some internet scam artist where I think everybody in the group thought I was when I first brought up the concept of everything. So it was just building this relationship over time, and then realizing like, hey, these guys I can trust. And even I won't go into details on the contract, but like I wanted to make the contracts really fair, like to where we can grow together.
You mentioned, don't mean to interrupt or anything, but you mentioned that some artists had, their own thing going on. Well, like use me as an example. Like I don't know, you ain't said nothing to me, but I'm just saying like for future, if one of your goals is to be part of like what we're doing, like don't be scared to like keep doing what you're doing, because like obviously it's even in the title, and I still rep this hard, Faded. You respected Faded so much, and like I'm still like I mean, Faded just sign you, bro. You know what I mean? It's completely different. Like that's how much you respected it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's its own entity, even though like, excuse me, my mouth dry. Like even though it's the same, it's since I'm one half Faded. Shout out to Don Harvey.
Shout out Don Harvey all the way, man.
Yeah, me and him started. I wouldn't be in music if it wasn't for Don. Like straight up, like there's man, like Don. It was actually him and one of his friends that actually paid for the first karaoke microphone and equipment and the DAW that we used. Bought it off another underground rapper who gave up on himself. And fun fact, there's a song from my first mixtape called Eeny Meeny Tiny Man, and that is a diss track to that dude that we bought the equipment off of. But like, I guess if it wasn't for him, you know what I'm saying? But no, Don Harvey, me and him, 50-50 on the Faded ENC. He's in Michigan. He got like artists over there. He's doing his thing. I'm here in the South, Alabama. I actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But I have my own my first, like my artist, but Faded's artist. And like you respect that, like no details of the contract, but like you respect that shit beat, you know what I mean? I'm sorry if I keep cussing, man. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to.
All right, man. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, man, you respect it. So to anybody out there who is like, you don't let that specific part be the reason why you don't branch out or you deny anything or anything, because your individuality is one of the most important things to us besides your music. Love the music, but don't let what you're doing in your own personal dream stop you from letting like this family, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, you ain't said nothing, we ain't talking about nothing, but that's just, I'm putting that out there. BTB Records, like, I love the Faded.
It's funny you're bringing it up with the whole, like, because I thought you were going to say no, in all honesty, because of Faded Entertainment, like Faded ENT. And so, like, I didn't want to come at you, be like, come to BTB. And then it's like, well, shit, I got to leave all this behind. Because I know, like, that's something you helped create. And, like, so I told you, keep that going. Yeah.
So, no, I respect that more, but you didn't come at me like a poacher, bro. You didn't say, hey, come over to BTB Records and start this thing. Leave Faded alone. You didn't. It was nothing about that. And like, shout out to Don, because I did talk to him about it first.
You told me you were going to talk to him and get everything sorted out with him, and I said that's the best idea, and let him know that Faded ENT and BTB, we can work together and create more than just Faded Bars in the future. And I have the same with when the whole BTB Records label was announced, like when we did that video, we put it on the update, and they then finally announced that you, Siren, and Kofa. I had artists in the BTB group reaching out to me going, okay, is this more like a business thing now? Do we have to reach out to you for the features of the BTB artists? And I said, no, they're all free to do whatever they want. If you want them on a song of yours, you don't have to go through me, go through them individually. They can all do their own side projects, whatever it is. So I was trying to make it so it wasn't what labels have been the past, 30 years. You're hearing all this time, like artists getting screwed over, and it's brutal. And so I wanted to just do it so we can all just grow together and create something special. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame. It's all about just growing.
Well, speaking of, money, I'm about to say, bro, like just speaking on and bragging about how fair you are, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to Google something from, DistroKid because I didn't know what it meant, but like, bro, you got me first recouped on a track of ours. You know what I'm saying? Like that's actually, if you're an artist and that doesn't mean anything to you, I'm sorry, but that's huge. That's a real big deal, bro. Especially like you said these days with the music industry and the other labels like that. When I found out what that meant, because I ain't never seen it before, I was like, no, he didn't. Like I told my brother, I told Elizabeth, I was like, hey, like look, what? Like, yeah, that did not go unnoticed. Like that's big. Like I said, if you're an artist and you don't know what that is, that's basically me first, me first, and that's all from him. I didn't ask for that. That's amazing, bro. Like so fair. But I do want to bring up a song from BringTheBars, bro. I don't think we've talked about it publicly or nothing, but the song's called God Bless My Grind. A song coming up from our BringTheBars EP.
Yeah.
Bro, me and you don't even really talk about that one in like when we're talking, but that one is one of my first go-to, bro. And that song, like where, like, what was it, man? Like, what inspired that verse from you, bro? Like, I'm just, man, because when they hear this whole thing, they're gonna freak out. But that one, God Bless My Grind, bro, like that's another one of my jams. Man, I'm talking like Lower My Head, Feel the Tension.
I feel like, man, I could go through the whole album, but yeah, that was just one. We did like the one side of the spectrum with Lower My Head, you know, the defeated, trying to really fight through everything. And then God Bless My Grind, it was kind of not near the end of Faded Bars, but we already had a few tracks laid out, and how good they sounded. Like, I was blown away. I was like, we sound great together. These songs are sounding amazing. And then with the whole concept of God Bless My Grind, I'm like, this grind that we've done for this EP right now is all going to go into this track, this show. Like, we're putting in the work, and it's showing, and it's paying off. And it's like, you know, God bless my grind, man. Like, we're busting ass on this, and it's one of the proudest, probably the proudest thing I've ever done, man. Like, it was, oh man, the whole thing. I hate talking ourselves up like so much, but it's true. Like,
I know.
I can't believe how good it's turning out.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, like, we haven't talked about an official order, you know, we talked about, you know, kind of a little bit of it, but like, I found that, like, because I'm weird, bro. Like, put songs in a program, and like, I'll like change how long it, like, if you listen to it, I listen to whole albums from start to finish, you know, that's my thing. You know, a lot of people's like, what? No, I do that. So like, I try, and like, I mess with the time between songs, how fast the song will start, you know, with still being a separate track. And like, almost no matter what song ends with what and starts with, the combination's endless, bro. Like, they all sound so good. They all sound so good together. And like, we kept talking about, you know, like, somewhat of this whole overall concept, but it built itself. I think my opinion is that we were just kind of like being inspired by each other, you know, with these songs. And like, we Marvel Cinematic Universe it, bro. We got this movie, that movie, that movie. Now we got this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, our first song, Vibes, man. Like, I still listen to that every day, bro. Like,
I love that song.
I feel like that should be on the deluxe edition of Faded Bars. Like, shout out to the old past collaborations we did. Like,
well, it's funny with Faded Bars too. When we started the concept, I think within the first 2 weeks we were done like 4 or 5 songs, like right away in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But we, at the same time, I was still working on Unmasked. You're still working on Volume X. So it's like we were doing other projects. But when the whole concept came together, I think we were so excited that, because I remember we were even joking, we're gonna bang out this EP in like 3 weeks. But then we took our time because we had so much side projects and stuff. But like, it was such an exciting thing.
Yeah, let me go ahead and there was a point in my time where all I wanted was people to mess with me and want me to do music with them. Well, with the whole BTB, you know, Facebook group, there was a point, and it was when I talked about, you know, us, you know, in that BTB being a safe haven, blah, blah, blah. But there was a point where I got completely overwhelmed with all the features and all the, like, I still owe from a while back. And there's a group messages. So everybody that's involved knows what I'm talking about right now. But like, I feel so bad for that, because that's not my intention for anything, you know. And like, I even asked you for advice on that before, is like time management, man. Like, when I got everything I wanted at that moment for music, and it like overwhelmed me. So I just want to throw a public apology to anybody out there who you may feel a little offended if I was a little late, or if I came at you with the feature. I want to work with everybody, you know, don't be shy. I'm using my phone to record, but I'll show a glimpse of my message. Man, I hate so many, and included in the so many, I have the fake spam stuff that everybody gets, 97.55 FM. You know, I get all that crazy stuff as well as like real messages. It's just, I'm learning how to keep up with it. So like, if you're someone who is affected by what I had just said, like, in all seriousness, like, just like hit me up, say something. Don't be blunt, be like, man, fuck you, Otis. Fuck you, know, that's better than like me feeling like, man, like I failed, because that's what it feels like. But like, everything is done, I believe, except for Volume X. Honestly, to be completely honest with you, that's still not finished, bro. Still not finished. Speaking of, there's a song from Volume X coming out. This song has nothing to do with me, though it's a song on there. This song is called Do It For Real. It is featuring 3 of the most hardworking, dedicated, faithful, and passionate artists that I've ever had the privilege to maybe work with, have worked with, starting to work with. It doesn't matter. This song, hip hop is about it. You know, even the beats back in the day was all samples. Hip hop, rap music, it's all about growing and sharing and you know, this community. I wanted to be able to showcase some of my favorite underground MCs when it came, you know, because I want to show love. I want to appreciate. Ironically, we talk about it, I'm on the hook. You know what I mean? But like that purposely done because I wanted everybody did their own thing, and I wanted to give a certain inspiration, but that's it. You know what I mean? I didn't even want to talk about who was in it with anybody, but just like I said, everything got so overwhelmed the way that things worked out. But it is done. That specific song, Do It For Real, is done and ready. And that song is featuring Sharpie J, King Canada, and Hector Biggs. Those 3 artists, you know, you're included. It's kind of weird, yeah. But like, I've never seen the amount of work and passion that I thought I put into it expressed from someone else. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You got your own thing going on. Like you built a foundation. You know what I'm saying? Hector has built an empire with his shit. Like, if I'm not mistaken, every now and then I see are those his beef sticks? Like, can I buy Hector Big? Is that like his brand?
I think it's just a buddy of his, but I was feeling the same thing one time. I forget what it is, like the delicious or whatever snack. Like, oh yeah.
That's cool. Like, I want to have, you know, Don has this idea. He wants to do a faded ENT bottled water, and he wants to call it Get Right Water. Anybody take that? Well, you know, I want to sell water. So I was like, got some beef sticks. I'm kind of jealous right now. But Sharpie J has actually been involved in Faded for a long time. He's been a big fan. He's
incredible, man. Like when you sent me Do It For Real, you had your hook and Sharpie J's verse off that. I played off both of those, his verse and your hook. Like I had to play off it. And I heard Sharpie J and I didn't hear much of him before. I heard him on another feature with you before when I think I was preparing for the podcast interview. It was like the only time I think I really ever tuned in. And then I heard that and I was like, holy shit, this guy, like, he's incredible.
And he's like, dude, he's about to open for Juicy J, bro. Like Sharpie J is killing it right now. And he started in the same place where I started music. But difference is like that's where he's from. Like I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I'm not from, you know, Michigan, but Don is from Michigan and Sharpie J's from Michigan. And like that's where my music like happened. That's where it started. That's where the seed was planted. But like, dude, Sharpie J is making moves, and he just released a song, Wish Someone Told Me, featuring boy Otis Isaacs, and that one actually I really made myself vulnerable in that one, and I feel like
I heard that song, man. That was an intense song. That was very truthful on both parts of you guys on that song.
Yeah, I feel like there might be some things that he has said in his verse that does not something that, you know, he talks about all the time. You know, it's not something everybody knows. And 100% fact, there's some stuff in my verse that like I ain't even really comfortable talking about right now. It's just that I don't know what happened with that one. But Sharpie J, you know, he means a lot to me as an artist, because I don't know if he knows this, but one of my, I think it was mixtape 2 or mixtape 3, I have a song and he's actually referenced in it before he even did music, because Don's little sister went to school with Sharpie J, bro. And Don's little sister introduced my underground mixtape 1 or 2 or whatever, the early days, to him, this little middle school kid, bro. And like, you know, Sharpie J's told me that kind of gave him, he's like looked up to me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? As an artist, and like that, I don't think I've ever had that before with anybody. So like I don't care fuck where I'm going, excuse my language, but like if Sharpie J ain't with me, I'm yanking him. You know what I mean? Like he's A1. And like me and him don't even have that many songs together. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a lower my head moment himself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, and I don't know, man. Sharpie J, I really respect him a whole lot. You already know, man. King Canada, you KC, like you started BTB. None of this would even happen if it wasn't for you. And like I said, Hector just he's like Terrence Howard from that show Empire on Fox, bro. He just got it. He just
Yeah.
And shout out to Hector. He's actually the one who mixed and mastered Do It For Real. He did the final mix and the final master, and oh god, it got Hector brings quality to it, bro. Like it's you heard it, you know. I gotta send it out to a few people, but
it's crazy how you're even saying with Sharpie looking up to you for your music and how that felt. It's like kind of what I feel with you guys and a lot of BTB is not that you guys are looking up to me, but all these compliments I'm receiving compared to like making music before BTB started. I found like even people I worked with, I kind of got used for, because I had the equipment and I had the mixing and mastering, so people would jump on, and like I started telling the difference between like the fakes and the people who actually followed my music. That scared me with starting BTB, because I was like, I'm promising everybody this, or they only bumping my music because I promised this whole like radio and everything like that. But then now I'm getting reached out to features like crazy from everyone. Like you said, it gets overwhelming that I have to turn some down sometimes. It's like, it's insane.
Bro, you got this song called Aggressive that I still listen to almost daily, bro. That and Astonishing are some of my dude. You make great music, bro. I'm a fan. Like I don't care, man.
I did a lot of fun stuff with Godson lately. Godson the Pharaoh. Shout out to him. Dude. And I put myself out on there on those tracks, man. Like on Regulate, we did a remix of Regulate, and that verse was so personal because they brought their own thing, and I was like, well, I can't rap about the streets or this life I don't know about that he was kind of touching on, because that was his life. So I did it in my own way. Like, you know, I went through a lot of shit too, and had to put it out there like that. And that was a more personal verse than I've done on a lot of my own solo music.
Yeah, you could tell. Well, was it After the Fall, I believe it's called, like that, man, like that was a very I said the word vulnerable, but you talked about that. Like that's the thing about what I personally like about, you know, hip hop, man. Like I like when people admit stuff. You know, I like the secret messages inside of the lyrics. I like that kind of stuff, man. And the vulnerability, like that's brave, man. That's brave. Like I have completely not done music because I couldn't think of anything else to say but something too personal that shouldn't be public at that time. So like the vulnerability, I respect. I really do, for real. And you can hear it, man. That's
gotta be real, man. Like you can't play the fake card, and I'm not gonna pretend I'm someone I'm not ever on a track. I'll never do that. I'll be me. And that's all I can be, because that's all I can write about.
Yeah, you know, that's a big thing for me too, man. If you like really listen to my music, you're not gonna hear about me shooting up people. You know what I mean? There's
in a battle sense, you can do it in a bar, but like not literally going out on the streets, drive-bys and shit like that. You know, I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, like I've been more of a gun into my face. You know, like I've been the victim more than I've, you know, pointed a gun. But I've beaten ass. I used to be stupid, bro. I used to skip school, get, you know, I used to smoke so much, do so much, and fight so much, man. I was at level, man. I'll go ahead and say that I was expelled, bro. You know what I mean? For all of my crimes against the Board of Education. I had to have a meeting with them. There was like 7, 8, 9 of them, and it was weird. And they went through like a lot of my school history, some stuff I forgot about from way back in the day. And they're like, "You've been suspended." I'm like, "God." So like that sucks, you know what I mean? Like, but like I've never been a millionaire. Don't come from no money. I'm
same here.
Always broke. I don't shoot people up. I've done some dumb shit, but I ain't trying to buy up. That's all I'll go ahead and say. So you won't hear that in my music. Being real is real big to me. It maybe because in a lot of like hip hop, that's kind of what is like outspoken, like I'm the realist. So like I always thought, because it wasn't until later on and I got older, I realized that there's a lot of behind the scenes in hip hop. And there's a lot of people pulling strings. Also CDs, man, when they used to be the thing, I love booklets. I hung them up and pinned them in my room, man. I had pictures of rappers like my uncle was questioning me, man. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have role models. You know, I had my cousin. That was it. You know what I mean? I barely have friends, but I had these rappers, man, that they were helping me, man. They would tell me what to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's kind of, but the whole oh yeah, the CDs, you read the books, you'll see the same names that you've never seen before in so many different like artists. Like the credits really good to read.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's really cool to find out that I don't know if you know this, you know, The Weeknd, I know you heard about Weeknd, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
He had an album called Starboy. Like, have you heard of this female artist named uh, Lana Del Rey? I can't believe
Yeah, oh
that's
yeah,
correct.
yeah. She did a
Like,
song with Tech Nine that I actually absolutely love.
really? I actually don't know
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. It came out like a year and a half ago, I think.
Oh, okay. A year and a half ago was not a good me for mainstream. I was hating on it. But you know, she wrote a lot of that Starboy album with The Weeknd. And like that's just one tiny example of like how crazy this whole rap game is, man. And like I used to like my big sister is the one who told me that all rappers didn't write their own lyrics. I thought I thought that was one of the things about rappers, man. I respect. I'm like, man, they all do their own music.
First one I heard with that was Dr. Dre. When like listening growing up, and somebody's just like, Dr. Dre doesn't write his own stuff, and that's when I first found out like, holy shit, some rappers, like you said, really don't write their own lyrics.
Yeah. There was a meme, it was like one of the OG memes, but it was talking about how like Beyonce had 40 people write that song Single Ladies or something, and it was like a #1 hit, but then only one person wrote the song Bohemian Rhapsody. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there, like that's one thing about my music that like there's been some music in the past that's been helped with, but like it's all me, you know, and it's all you. And like that's the artist that we've been messing with lately in this underground, this whole BTB world, bro. It's like we do our own music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even my new artist, shout out to Faded ENT's new artist, Jacob. He got some songs coming out. We've been working on them. I'm mixing, mastering, engineering, exclusive beats. It's going to be it's insane. But new artist Jacob, I'm trying to show him everything, tell him like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, do this, do that. I've never done that, but let's have you aim towards that. You know what I mean? And like he writes his own stuff, and like, and it's kind of, I want this to happen on purpose because I want him to have growth. But like when he does need help with some like lyrics, he's a freestyle artist. He's not a writer, and he's started applying it, bro. I'm like, gosh, man, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, because he's oh my God, like I can't wait. He's lyrical, way lyrical. And like, I don't know. I want him to keep writing his own stuff. I don't even want to help it. But like sometimes I gotta tell him to like get rid of that word because now the whole thing fits, do it. And he'll be like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'll be like, take a breath here. Or when you're writing, write this down, put this here. This is what I do in this breath. I'll be like, look at the way I write mine. Look at these. What's wrong with that? Like, don't worry about the song. Just look the way it's wrote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not like ghostwriting for that's helping them structure a song. Like I've got help through that when I first started out as well with older friends that told me how to structure it. It's like him, I was only known for freestyling at parties. That's all I was ever known for. And then I had a buddy, I would freestyle with him all the time. He got a recording program. He started making songs, convinced me to do it. Shout out to my old buddy Brennan. I haven't talked to him in years, but he's a big inspiration for me in getting out there and doing it. And he started putting songs together. When I went in, I just flat beat rapped over it. And then he told me more how to structure it, count bars, 16 bars, how you put the hook in, a bridge, like all that was taught to me. It wasn't I just started writing and I know I had the whole concept of it down. It wasn't even close.
See, that's it's complete opposite for me because I started off as Edgar Allan Poe, bro, was one of my first like I want to be like hymns. You know what I mean? Not anymore, but like I the way my life worked out, like that morbidity, that dark stuff, you know, that kind of stuff was what I was attracted to, man. So like I could write these poems, man, that was so personal to me, and all it did was remind me of Edgar Allan Poe. And then I would read some Edgar Allan Poe, and I'd be like, no, I feel what's behind these words. Like I understand. Like it made me feel some type of way. And so like until I got into hip hop, man, like I've always been right. I've always been right. Like that's just the thing. So like when it comes to freestyle, I'm one of those freestyle artists that if you do get an Otis freestyle, it's like 60, 70, most likely 85 to 90% something that I wrote and not used before that I remembered that I liked and don't know where to apply it. But I'm conscious enough to know to not use it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
If you hear me repeat stuff, like there's actually reasons behind it. Like I'm so subliminal when it comes to music. Like I gotta re-release all my projects, remaster them. So they sound bad, bro. The first one. But like Volume X is like literally the last one from when I started with Don, that first thing we released. Like it's the conclusion. And the way that I'm putting it together and why it's taking so long is because it's different. Like I said some time ago, is going to be a year old on the 20th. Like, why
It's
is
kind
that?
of like the series finale, you know, like you got to make it perfect.
Exactly. And like, and I, I hope Don don't take no type of way, because I keep telling him, and sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I said that wrong. But like Volume X is the end of an era for me. You know what I mean? And it's a complete end. Like it was like the age of mistakes, the age of doing it wrong, the age of having a dream but not sleeping and like lucid living that dream. I wasn't
the age of learning, man. That's what you got to look at. The age that like you learned everything you know now is because of these 10 volumes of mixtapes you've done with Don and Faded ENT.
Yeah, and like it's done differently too, because like I said, there's that song "Do It for Real" showcasing you, Sharpie J, and Hector. Like that kind of stuff. Like I wanted it to be different. Like even the way it starts out, you know what I mean? Not very many songs. It starts off with Intro X. That's dope. And then it goes into this song called "Trouble I'ma Bring," and that song's gonna offend everybody, because that song is like, it's not murderous, because I used to be like, bloody man, just bad people, shout out to Psychopathic Records, ICP, because
I did the same thing, man. That's all my freestyles were Psychopathic Records.
The Enterprise that.
I lost you. You there?
There we go. There we go. Yeah. Where was I at? I started talking about the Enterprise, bro, and like your screen froze. I don't like that. But it's gonna offend people, because I was like, I'm just gonna talk stupid mad shit, like for real. Like, so like it's the whole thing starts off, and then after that it goes into All the Way to the Sky, because like, it's fucking sky's the limit, you know what I mean? And like that, like we're gonna go beyond that. We're gonna go so high up into space, we're gonna reach, like we're gonna come back through the earth. Like it's gonna be like the old, like the earth go through the middle type of thing. Like it starts off like really aggressive and like really, really positive. And then the story behind Volume X is it's like, it's just a big shout out to the underground, man. It's not very long. It's gonna be one of my, like I had a mixtape, the 937 mixtape. It was like 9 songs long. This is gonna be 10 songs with talking about it right now. I'm gonna throw there's gonna be some other stuff on there, but like it's different, man. It's really gonna be different. I'm real proud of it. I got another song that I think that every single I don't know, Don posted this thing on Facebook that both me and you commented on, and like literally like that reminded me of this song that like I feel like is probably going to be one of the better ones on there that people connect to, if they listen to it, because like it's underground music, man. You know what I mean? It's like about underground music, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how to say it, but like we talking about Faded Bars kind of built itself, that's kind of how a lot of my music works. And Volume X, with it having the intention of being a series finale, like you said, an end of an era, like it's still turned into what it's turning into. And it started up, bro. This is gonna sound strange, but it started with 30 songs, bro, and it's less than 15 now. there's actually needs to be sent off, but like my recorded or my written down, like there's finished songs on there that's not going to be a part of it now, because as it started coming about, when life happening and like everything with BTB and real life and faded and just everything, bro, changed it. And yeah, Volume X is going to be different. It's going to hit people different, especially people who's been listening to my music. They're going to be like, wait, hold up, you know, and especially because there's already it's already 2 songs from it that's public, and it's been public for a while, you know, Without Y'all, Be Like Ha Ha, featuring my new favorite artist, Jacob.
Yeah.
And All the Way to the Sky, featuring you, King Canada. You know, those been out for a minute now. Those were always intended to be on there. You know what I mean? I love those. So I pushed them out there, you know. Like I said, it's the end of my Mistake era. The music is still coming out. And also High Enough is going to be on there. High Enough is I'm so excited for High Enough. I hope everybody.
I got a sneak peek of that, man, and you should be. You should be so excited for that track.
It's because it's like a comedy, but it's not, man, that's serious. You know what I mean? And you know, I got the wifey's permission and approval. You know, you got to be respectful.
Yeah.
She says she can relate, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, thanks. Now you're not high enough, because the whole thing is just about like, your significant others just won't shut up, man. Like, you're just trying to chill, no matter what happened. Like, it's just not the end. And all of a sudden, bop, you know, I'm not high enough to deal with you.
Yeah.
So, like, I can't wait for people to hear it, because it's comedy, but it's like relatable and serious, and it's just great. High Enough's a great ass song. It really is.
I can't wait for everybody to hear it. Like, you're getting me excited for Volume X, this whole end of an era thing, man. Like, I can tell from talking to you all the time, you're putting your heart into this project as much as you did Faded Bars. And if you're putting as much heart as you're into Volume X as you put into Faded Bars, I have no doubt in my mind that's going to turn out to be one hit of a mixtape, man.
I appreciate that, because with me talking about the songs that are on there, like I said before, I'm a little nerd, man. I like my stuff. X-Men had a movie called X2. So like, expect not in the near future, but there are, like I said, X2 is going to be, it's, you know, because this Mistake era, man, it's not going to want to leave. It's not going to want to leave. You know what I mean? It's going to be trailing behind me, trying to catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, there's a lot more to come. Like, there's a lot more to come. And then with BTB Records and that being its own separate entity, and those projects, like, not even my projects, man, like, I'm so excited. I wanted to ask you, I don't know, anything coming out on your own solo, anything coming out, man?
All my solo stuff is done for a while, man, to be honest. I did Unmasked as like that one solo project I wanted to release out to everybody to get them to know me a little better. Now it's working on Faded Bars, any collaborations that are coming up, which I have a few coming out in the future, and I'm about 5 songs into Global Domination 2. So that's on the works as well. And we got, shout out some artists for that. We got Siren on Global Domination 2 again. We got, I'm getting Bobby Mercer on one. I got Bad Habit. Nice. I got Godson the Pharaoh, and I got G-Bones. And you know, the BTB guys are going to be on there. That's going to happen. But those are the 5 I got locked up now for 5 different tracks. I'm excited. Global Domination 2, man. I'm pumped.
I'm ready. You've been talking about it for a minute. I'm ready. I'm so ready, because like, that's kind of what started this whole thing, was, you know, this first part.
Yeah.
You know, so this is, oh man, like, we've grown so much, bro. I already can't wait to watch, you know, the 2nd annual BTB Award, bro. Like, I want. No,
me too. Once I finished that, I was like, man, I just want to do next year's and make it bigger and better, man. That's all I wanted to do.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for what's to come. It's really about to be a really blissful time for our music.
Yeah, it is. It is, man.
Do we have a release date or a time frame, more specific for Faded Bars?
Well, I know we're just at the final touches of it, so I'm assuming, what are we in, June? I'm assuming it's going to be early July. Really? Well, we only have to do what, a week maybe of touch-ups of skits we want to add into it, and then I'll be sending out for an early July release, I'm thinking.
Early July. July. Said it here first. I mean, that's why I asked. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, everybody got to stay tuned for that. Volume X. Do you have a set release date for Volume X?
I'm thinking about the end of September. As a matter of fact, I was gonna let everybody know about the end of September. High Enough comes out this Wednesday on Spotify, all major platforms. Also on the same day, lyric video for High Enough is gonna be popping up on YouTube, same exact day as release. I don't know what time on YouTube, because I know, the release date time is like real early for the High Enough song. Probably not gonna be awake or whatever while I'm doing. But sometime the same day, next Wednesday, it's gonna be released. And then the 20th is the some time ago 1 year anniversary. And I got something cooking. So that's gonna be that's really exciting. I'm excited for that. And that's at the beginning phases. So don't expect the announcement on the anniversary of some time ago. Don't expect like any snippets, nothing, because like I want it to be, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So
I'm excited, man. I'm looking at the time. We went way over our time limit on this thing. But that was a good way. Any final announcements you want to drop on anybody? Actually, hold on. We got a little time because I'm going to pull it up. The first time you did this, I think you got 3 out of 5. So I'm going to pull it out on you again. Before we end, I got to end it with this. So, this segment, anybody watching, it's a mainstay segment of the BTB podcast, and it's Name Your Bars. So, Otis, I got 5 different tracks for you, a couple bars written down. I'm going to read them out to you, and let's see if you can pull it off and name which song of yours those bars are from.
You just made the introvert come out, bro. You didn't even warn me. Like, you could have messaged me before.
No, I was looking at the time. I was like, we're way over limit, but I got to throw this on there to end the show off. So I'm going to start one for you right here. And they're like, whoa, what in the heck? And then they in awe because the flows that we present knock you out of your socks.
Applause. BringTheBars.
There you go. That's one there. Your second one. The music I write is doing something. Stuck in the speaker, I keep that shit bumping.
I'm here.
That is correct. 2 for 2, man. All right. Number 3 we got here is I don't want nobody else. I thought I told you. I got you all up in my lyrics like I'm supposed to.
Oh man, I'm gonna get this one wrong, ain't I? Oh man. I don't know. What's that? Say that again.
I don't want nobody else. I thought I told you. I got you all up in my lyrics like I'm supposed to.
It's in my head. I can't think of it right now. It's in my head. Why do I do this? I got one wrong.
The song is Damn, Baby. Damn, Baby.
Hey, yep. That's actually one of that. Ooh, y'all need to listen to that one. Let your girl listen to that one because
that was a great song, man. All right, so we got 2 more here for you. We're gonna raise the bar high. We got that flame spitfire. Make it on the way to your grind. A lot to say all the time. We're gonna raise the bar high. We got that flame spitfire. Make it away on a grind to say it all the time.
I can't believe I'm having a brain fart, bro. I literally just listened to that today. That's recent. That's on the man, I feel like a fool right now. That last one really messed me up. That's that's Faded BTB.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. About to say, like, I just listened to that today. What the called? Man.
All right, and the last one I got here is I grind to pay the rent, I grind to represent.
I feel like that's I don't even got, man, I got this one too. Oh man. That's a older one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what is it? The name of the song is no. It's tip of my tongue, bro. I know it. I don't got it. I'm not gonna be able to say
That one
it.
is waiting on that first shot.
Man, I knew it.
I don't blame you, man. If you flipped the script on me and did this to me, I don't even know. I doubt I'd get 5 out of 5, man. At all.
You picked the best parts to do this kind of stuff with, because it's like there's certain parts of every song that and it's just you always find those ones. I'm like, wait, that sounds familiar. Even questioning if I did it. Like, got me.
Well, you tied your record from the first episode, 3 out of 5. You did it again, 3 out of 5.
You know, I just keep it consistent. You know, that's all.
No. All right, that's the episode of the BTB podcast with Otis, man. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Hey, man, always. Thank you for having me on, bro. I love this. Can't wait for more. Faded Bars coming out soon. The beginning of July. Ooh.
Faded ENT BTB Records, man.
Faded ENT BTB Records.